Welcome to Slay the Princess? Apparently I got the pristine cut. I'm not exactly sure what that means. My name is Mcmoblin. Anybody who is new here, this is my first time ever playing this. I heard good things about it and I want to really check it out. That was another outcome, huh?
You're on a path.
Okay.
Woods.
Got you.
And at the end of that path...
Let's try helping her out this time. All right, we're going right at it. No questions, no nothing. I've already asked these questions before. Continue towards cabin. Enter the basement.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, but I'm getting her out of these chains unless she kills me.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I do not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least try to find something. But yeah, I want to try to see if I can help you out.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Wait, what? Excuse me?
Is someone else here?
I guess we're going back to the bottom of the stairs?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Huh?
Easier for who?
Exactly. For who? What are you talking about?
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates, raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I didn't need to see all that.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
I'm not grabbing the blade.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Are you sure about that? They the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this plate. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Jeez.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. Didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
She's a strong lady, apparently.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door, that's all I got.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Oh? What do you mean, narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
What do you mean? Wait, I'm not doing that. That's not my choice. What do you do? Narrator.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, you can't just, why are you forcing me to do this?
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warner.
Stop.
I can't control this. The narrator is literally controlling me.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
It really isn't me. I'm not for these streets. Help me.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Whoa, wait.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh
Wait!
sinew. It
What?
is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Why did you stab me?
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done, for her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this.
Right?
Right?
We're doing the right thing in the weirdest of ways.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Day 2, Chapter 2, The Damsel. Wait, the damsel?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I can't skip that, but he's much more stern this time around.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, you're a bastard now. I know your shit.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about?
Yeah.
We just met for the first time.
No, he didn't. I know your trick.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
What the fuck?
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Never thought I'd say this, but the smitten be smitten? Smitten is spitten.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love. And the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
That's a fact. If I tell the narrator this, I feel like he's going to purposely stop me if I say it out loud. I'm going to tell him anyway. I want to see what happens. What will he do?
That's right. You can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Let's go to the cabin.
Warning, before you go any further.
Yeah.
She will lie.
Cheat.
She will cheat.
Yep.
And she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
I can't fast forward this
Don't
part.
believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game.
Exactly.
Your lies that can't be trusted.
Exactly.
Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Okay, voice of the smitten. When you're not spitting facts, you're really just yapping.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
I'm going. This time we're not
The
slaying.
interior of the cabin is clean.
Whoa!
Its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Oh, wow. So the place is looking a lot better. This is actually much more beautiful.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Can I approach this mirror? I just want to take a look.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. And rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
We're going to enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Nice.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean, it's not bad. This place is not too bad.
A voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful.
Oh my god.
This time. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
She looks even better this time than she did the other time.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Yep, I got you. I'm back again.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
I didn't bring the knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I'm not. I'm going to be a fool for love. Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. I'm going to tell her the truth.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Yeah, that's what you say.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Took that in stride.
She's buttering me up.
To an extent. And that's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
All right, we're taking you out of here.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Whoa. I didn't say, well, hold on now, Smitten. We gotta at least get her out of the chains.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
I wasn't planning on dying like that. Hold on now. That wasn't in the game plan.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Well, she's free.
I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yay! We did it. We saved the princess.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Yay!
Only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on us?
Looking respectfully. I mean, hey, the princess,
What do we do now?
anything you want. What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
Let's see, what you want to do?
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
Exactly.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want? Whatever you want, I want.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh!
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Really? Let me just try to help her. You have to want something, right? Like, I mean, it's one thing to just want what I want, but like, what do you want, you know? Like, right?
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
See, that's not how this works, right?
Is she broken? What's going on?
Exactly.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
What do you mean? You just can't base yourself around me. That's the thing. Just...
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Why is your art style deteriorating? What the fuck? So, no, please, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I've done everything to be able to save her, and now she's overly obsessed with me.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
It's not.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Okay, clearly something is happening here. I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt, and we just figure out a way to be happy together.
Oh, is that really what you want? If you think that would make you happy, then...
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
Oh, at least she's normal again.
Yeah, that was really weird and strange.
Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, it's just you're just giving me these vibes of like your obsession with my happiness and none for yourself is weird. So let's just take a minute.
But she can't be unhappy about staying with us, can she? No, it has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
What are you talking about, voice of the Smitten? Smitten, what do you mean? Smitten, what does that mean?
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Smitten? Are you insane? Oh, God.
Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever.
Why is this happening to me? Why me? What did Smitten do?
You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold, and you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
That's what I'm saying!
And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart by painful inch.
Why?
Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened, threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
Oh, God.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Smitten, I take everything back. You ain't shit.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's my heart.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Epilogue, happily ever after. Great. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're
Wait, what?
clearly already in the cabin.
Wait, I was gonna say, this is in the woods. This is like, this doesn't even look like the woods.
You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Not that he was eager to divulge that. Right on cue, here's the new guy.
So I guess I got paranoia just because of the fact that I did not just leave whenever she was feeling me a little bit. So now my death was due to paranoia. So now I have a voice of paranoia.
I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong. Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from, meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
Exactly. Where is Smitten?
Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent. You're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Okay.
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
Does it matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that, she used it to kill us.
I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options. Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
I'm gonna touch the mirror.
The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like. You couldn't see it last time. I'm sure that hasn't changed. Let's just do our thing, and if it disappears again, it disappears again.
Exactly.
About last time. Could he really not see it, or could he not see it? I'm not sure that actually matters. See what? What are you all on about? Nothing. You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle. Figures. And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed. It would seem
The stairs going upward.
don't lead to a basement.
That's funny.
Go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
So all the odds now are pretty much like they're just passive. She's not in danger.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. Fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess.
Exactly. See, it's just safe. She's nice and comfy in this world.
No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature? That is precisely why she poses a threat. I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning. No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
And see? Life is good.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last, not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets.
I like how the narrator's like, what do you mean dinner's ready? What are you even talking about?
Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
As long as the dinner isn't my beating heart, I am all about it.
This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay? And don't eat the food. This hall, like the one below,
What the
is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end.
Wait, is that like a... What is the shadow? What's the shadow you got going on back there?
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh, wow, she just took the knife and was like, yep, I own it now.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down?
She turned...
Would that be nice?
Oh my God, it makes sense now. It literally all adds up. I had not paid any attention. When I said, instead of us leaving the place, we were just gonna kind of make our own life here, she literally meant that.
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
It is. What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
Yep. What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn.
Okay, no.
Shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
There's a looming shadow behind her.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned? I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Well, I'm eating it. I'm eating the mysterious food on the table presented to me by quite literally a shadow, because I want her to feel good, so.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
She know how to cook, okay? Let me know the princess knows how to at least season up her food a little bit. I'm not mad at that.
This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
That was so delicious. It was the best thing I ever had, only to finish eating, and I'm still feeling hungry.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before. The food is good, again. You tear into golden, crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
Oh, come on.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal.
It's gonna start getting bad, yeah, because you're gonna start getting, because eventually I'm just not gonna like the food anymore. I'm just not gonna like the food after a while.
That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
Exactly.
We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new. I'm sure we won't be stuck eating the same meal forever. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong.
Oh,
It
man.
looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast. And again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating.
Oh no, this is the worst way to go.
At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
No, it's just trash at this point. She was seasoning it well, but she keeps making the same meal. It's like the same spaghetti every night.
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
Huh?
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
I want to be honest with her. I want to let her know, like, look, you said what was on your mind, and I'm comfy with that. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
Oh my fucking god. It adds up. That shadow, that's smitten. That's smitten. That's fucking smitten. You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
Holy shit. Smitten possessed her and is now doing whatever she wants.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's
Yep.
the one who trapped us here.
Yeah.
Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
I want to talk to Smitten. Hey, Smitten.
No, I saw him smile. That's him.
You bastard.
Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me. But he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do?
No, it's not.
He says he's tired. And I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
I know this sounds insane, y'all, but I think we need to slay the princess. This isn't fair. I really think the best option here is literally killing her to get Smitten out of her. I feel horrible. I feel horrible. I cursed her. Excuse me.
But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat.
Yeah, we should have killed her.
There will be no getting up. There will be no attempts to slay her. At least not for now.
I can't get up. Something's holding me down.
The princess smiles nervously.
Yeah, she's worried too.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need.
Oh,
He just wants us to be happy.
do you actually have everything we need? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Like we've been given everything someone else has told us we wanted. but it isn't what we want.
Exactly.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is awful.
We gotta take Smitten out.
I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence.
Oh god, I'm making this uncomfortable.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
We need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
I'm choosing to save her. Because I messed her life up. It was my fault that she even got into this situation. No, I want her to be happy. What do you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
I'm sorry. I honestly feel like all this really is my fault.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
Your fault. We were all just trying to make things work here. It just didn't happen that way. I don't think this is the sort of thing anybody needs to apologize for. Even if we both feel empty. Even if an important part of us is gone.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Okay, don't you do anything crazy. You have a knife on you.
Do you still care about me?
Of course. Whatever we had between us wasn't real. This right here is real. Like, I feel like this is real. This is a good conversation.
I don't know what this is.
Me neither. That's the point. I'd like to find out, you know? Let's find out together.
Me too. And I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, I guess it's time for us to leave.
Yep, let's get on. Offer my hand. Here.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? It does, if he's telling the truth. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Really was just all meaningless blather.
It was! He was making it up. He just wanted to have a good ending.
Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
We beat the narrator.
You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance.
It's not a cabin.
And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do. He's really gone, isn't he? Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
This probably is the best ending in the game, in my opinion. This probably is the best ending in the game, because not only do you stop the narrator, you save the princess, not killing her.
The stars are so beautiful.
A quiet moment passes over you, a comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
She gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into a graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move. A soft, sad smile widening and widening until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin and her arms stretched to their limits. Only the tenuous grasp of her hand in hers, or your hand in hers, holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
We did it. We did it. That was so sweet. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah, it's going to be okay. Just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yeah, we gotta get our brain wiped. In order for us to start the whole chapter over, we have to wipe our brain.
It's calling us. And not in a good way.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Can we trust you?
Yes. It's gonna be all good. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone. But the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. I have grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Let's jump in. You're at the cabin.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete.
Gotcha. Okay, so she's basically saying if I'm really trying to slay her for real, I still need to get more to be able to do so.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Go for it. Wipe me clean. Let's get this one. How many more do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
Gotcha. Makes sense. It really doesn't. I'm lying. That's very cryptic, but okay.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Fair enough. I guess that makes sense. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry, sir. Difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do know my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
All right, fair enough. Got you. It doesn't matter what I choose, as long as I bring you something. Makes sense. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay, so essentially I control what you essentially might end up being. You know, I think I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.